Hello everybody and welcome to another channel update. This time for October, my favorite month, my favorite holiday season, my favorite everything when it comes to the year. So to jump right into this, I want to go ahead and talk about one of my favorite things. Now I'm not going to go too in depth as I'm going to have a video basically as a trailer for Spookfest. Spookfest 2024. I love doing Spookfest. I love improving Spookfest. I love everything about Spookfest. So, when I make videos, a lot of you know I follow certain patterns, certain games I play, and that pattern has usually been strategy, JRPG, or RPG in general, and action adventure, stuff like that. I don't really delve into horror games. I'm not a big fan of horror games. So, that being said, Spookfest is a time that I dig through my library of free games or games I got what I thought I wanted way back when and looked for stuff on the more the macabre side. If you haven't seen any of my Spookfest videos from the previous years, I highly recommend checking some of them out. Some of them were better than others, and that is actually where uh, some of the some probably my best videos come from. I'm thinking of a few in general, a few particular ones that we'll go over with, and probably in the rambles. Spookfest. Spookfest goes in October, and I usually do it for the entire month. Try to finish some of the series, and I have a mix of one-offs. I have a mix of ones that I try to do the whole game or a certain run. And like I said, I'm going to have a video coming up soon talking about Spookfest and going in depth on the types of series that I'm going to do. So, number two, I've had a lot of Warhammer. I have had a lot of Warhammer and Total War on the channel in general. I love this. I, full disclosure, the Green Tide, 2 videos are up right now. Hopefully a third, but I'm running into some issues with them right now. And I'm trying to get it resolved and fixed. The Green Tide is my last real effort to do anything on their modded. If I lose that series like I lost so many of the others, I'm going back to vanilla Warhammer. I hate that. I may use minimum. Bare minimum. And just keep going. And you may not see Warhammer for a while, and I won't be posting a run until I finish that run. So yeah, it sucked because I was about 5 episodes in, farther than we are now. Honestly, progress wise, I was about the same, but then it got to a point where I could not end my turn. I could not move anybody. I could not do anything. It just, God, it was awful. So I had to cut the cord. Luckily, I didn't post any, so I started it again. And this one's going fine. I'm having issues currently loading it, and that is loading a save, and that is what I'm going to try to fix. If I can't get it to fix, then I'm going to start over, and I'm going to get us to where we were. I don't care if I got to move my stuff move for move. I am finishing an Orc campaign. I'm finishing a Warhammer Free campaign. Because this, I want it to be as prominent as Nobunaga's ambition. Okay, so that's with Warhammer out of the way. Now on to free, which is life. We might circle back to Warhammer and the rambles, but we're getting down it. Life is okay. I'm getting a little bit more time to record as I've fully made the full transition to my new place of work, and I'm looking at a possible 4 days off. No, yeah, 4 days off in the coming week, and that's going to be a lot of videos. That's where most of Spookfest is going to be recorded. But I'm hoping that I feel like with more time, I can make my videos better and bring more enjoyment to you guys to really bring the stories and the gameplay that I really want to show you and that I really feel like deserve to be there. I mean, I look at some of my old stuff and I'm like, I didn't do that well. I didn't do that well back then. I was still learning. So, yeah. Number 4, Nobunaga's Ambition. Of course, Nobunaga's Ambition is coming back. Why wouldn't it? Now, granted, Romance 8 is coming out this month, and while a lot of the channels around me, those guys are going to go hard and hammering on it. I'm going to do one too, of course, but I've never been that great at romance. I've never been that great at the Romance of the Free Kingdoms. And I like Nobunaga's Ambition a lot. I've always have. But I'm thinking I might take a step back from Awakening after the next couple series that I do, and I might go back to Ascension. And Ascension, for the longest time, was my favorite Nobunaga's Ambition game. I loved everything about it. I loved being able to be an officer. I loved being able to do that, and I feel like it's the game that has custom events. If I'm trying to see how I can work those in, pop the events in the beginning of an Awakening video and do a narrative run that way. But if all else fails, I'll make them in Ascension and play them in Ascension. Because I got a lot of stories that I want to get out. And Ikari, his Call to Arms run, which if you haven't seen anything like that, I have his channel on my homepage of my channel under Awesome Friends. He does fantastic Nobunaga's Ambition videos. Fantastic. I greatly am loving his Call to Arms series, where it is a really wonderful story and really well put together with custom, not just custom events, but custom cutscenes and stuff that he does himself. And it is, the effort shows. The amount of work, it shows. So I'll always show love where I can. Now, 5, possibilities. There's so many possibilities. Yeah, I probably spelled that wrong, but I don't care. There's a lot of things I want to do. I just recently on the channel did a collaboration video with a channel called Mild Motonari, where I played Total War Free Kingdoms, and that's a series that's gonna keep going. But I would love to be able to play with some more people too. And there's people within my I guess inner circle. It's like we're some kind of cult. I've done stuff with Onyx for years, known the guy for years, and I've wanted to do videos with my brother, and I wanted to do videos with Seka because she's on the channel. I find that camaraderie in videos is a lot more entertaining when you have someone to bounce off of. There's also different possibilities to do different kind of videos. I've toyed with the idea of my own narrative campaigns on not just Nobunaga's Ambition, but trying to just work my stories and my writing into many of the things I play. Warhammer is a good example of one. I've thought about doing that for a while, and we're just going to slide right into rambles, and I'm just going to keep going. There's stuff like that is honestly very interesting to me and is very unique to put out there, because 4 people could do a narrative story, but each one of them is writing a story, and they're writing it differently. While the delivery could be the same, the words and the feeling behind it and the motives are different. We read hundreds, countless books. They're all put on paper. They're all printed, but each one has a different story to tell. And that's why seeing narrative runs, seeing how Ikari has done that, has really made me feel like, if there's one thing I've done through the majority of my life, it's right. And I love making videos. and I love writing, so it would make sense to try to put the two together and try to make something unique and something entertaining in that kind of grand spectrum of things. The the technicality behind it and the hoops you have to jump through to get things on the technology side to work has always been my biggest downfall. I mean, I started making videos on the PlayStation because it was built in. I knew nothing about editing software. I always used the mentality that my stuff is unedited. You see everything I go through and everything that happens for a lot of reasons, but one of the major reasons is that I don't know how to edit. I've not edited in a while, and I didn't care to learn at first. And now that I've done this for years, I mean, we're approaching 900 videos on this channel. And that's not even including ones that I've deleted in the past. I've come to I'm come to feel like I want to present things better. And if I feel like something needs to be edited, I'll edit it. And just to streamline and bring things forward. Now, the one thing that a lot of people, I posted a poll a long time ago about the length of my videos. I run typically 45 minutes to an hour, or as close to an hour as I can get, because not only because that is the limitation of the recording software in the PlayStation, but that's also the maximum I'd allow myself to ramble. I don't want. I like my videos to be a certain length, and I don't like them to be too short either. So 30 minutes may be the absolute shortest I'll go for something, but it has to depend on the game. It has to depend on what I'm doing in said game. If I'm doing, like, let's say I want to eventually record Baldur's Gate 3. I love the game. I love storytelling. I love Dungeons and Dragons. So that's definitely one I want to do. If I did a 30-minute video of Baldur's Gate 3 without editing, I would get nowhere. Nothing. Nothing would happen. I did one video that was 45. It was pushing the limit too, and I only got out the tutorial. That game is massive, and there's a lot of games like that. So I keep mine to 45 minutes to an hour because that just seems what best for me. Uh, yeah, I think that's pretty much all the rambling I got. Once again, I do want to give out. I do want to show a lot of love to the people that I've come in contact for doing this. Mild Motonari, Archive Gaming, Ikari, and of course, Onyx, who I've known forever. I love making videos, and to know other people that make videos has been a blessing, as a lot of times we work with each other, whether we know it or not, or whether we intend to continue driving us forward to want to produce these, to want to make videos for everyone, to bring enjoyment to those around us. And I never knew that something small like this that I really wanted to do to show my brother stuff when he's not here could snowball into something that I love to show all of you because you're not here. Uh, Honestly, thank you, everyone, for watching all these videos and to put up with the shenanigans and the inexperience that I have in doing these things. And while sometimes certain animals like to break the immersion a little bit, I do try to deliver the best I can for all of you. And it just means a lot that you enjoy it. So, with that, we're approaching our 15-minute mark. And I think I've rambled long enough. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.